Well, here in the studio at Huddersfield, I'm delighted to say I'm joined by a man who had a very early night last night, Ian Millward, because he's the true professional, and a man who was entitled to party until the wee small hours, John Keir. Well done yesterday.
Thank you, Claire.
Coach of Hull, of course, but actually you were in bed by 10 o'clock, you told me.
We were in bed pretty early, yes, because I think all the emotion just drained everything out of you, and we were on such a high at about 5 o'clock. It's difficult to maintain that, and then you just went tired and fatigued and just wanted to get to bed and get some shut-eye, and that's why I'm bright and breezy today.
And when you slept, did you dream of these moments, the highlights of yesterday's match?
No, I couldn't remember anything. I just slept and slept and slept. But
well, let's refresh your memory. I mean, it was a fabulous performance.
It was, yeah. I mean, I think all 17 players really stood up and were counted. And Shane McMenamin was tremendous. But I thought Paul Cook really did put in an eye-catching performance. He was instrumental with his goal kicking. That was a great try that he scored. And again, the little offload there, a little chancy. But the reactions of our fellas was really up to speed. Shane scored, and then Richard White, and he took a punt here. Got a bit of luck there with Eddie Gardner's mishandling, but Motu Tony, he pushed Richard Horne out of the way to score that one. And then at the end it was great skill from Stephen Kearney, and Richard Horne's always on hand to score. So I think we enjoyed that.
You were quite excited there, weren't you?
Yes, very excited indeed.
And Ian, put that performance into context. You used to be the coach of St Helens. They didn't have a great match, but in terms of the conditions, Hull just played the conditions better, did they?
Yeah, I think what we've got to watch is we don't keep saying that St Helens didn't play well. I think what we're going to do is talk how great Hull were, how now Hull a genuine chance of winning that cup that's right next year, and also the way they restricted St Helens and the way they restricted them with their field position, outstanding kicking game. The question I was looking at half time, could Hull maintain their intensity? Could they keep this game plan continual for 80 minutes? And that's where our game's so great. It's 80 minutes. It's not what you do for 40. And they were special. Look, they had field position, but it's what they did with the field position in their defence, and then the way they chased. It was desire all across the park. It was a very inspirational performance from any coach watching the game or player.
Ian was making the point at half-time with Brian Noble yesterday that St Helens are renowned for starting the second half well, which they did. But what had you said to your players at half-time? We saw you in the dressing room and you were making a lot of movement and talking.
Well, we felt that at some stage St Helens would get us on the back foot. They get most team on the back foot at some stage, but it was going to be a test of our character and our resolution, our desire to get in the final for that trophy, that we could come through that. And when they did post some points on the board, it went to equal, but we never showed any element of doubt at all. The players really did believe they could win, and that's what maintained them throughout that. And when we came through that sticky patch, I just think we finished the stronger.
And it has to be great for rugby league that a team outside the big four are going to be there in the final. But Toulouse, well, I've said already that they're real outsiders to win this semi-final today. Whatever happens, though, it's been a fabulous story.
Sur mon lit à bouffer sa langue en buvant trop mon whisky. Quant à moi, peu dormi, vie débris, mais j'ai dû dormir dans la gouttière où j'ai eu un flash. En 4 couleurs. Allez hop, un matin, une louloute est venue chez moi, poupée de ciel.
There's only one other club in France that's ever got to the quarterfinals of the Challenge Cup, so we'll go down in the history books, which is great for us.
Here's Mulhall, little dab kick through as well, it's picked up and it'll be perfect. Good ball out to Estebanez, just trying to create a bit of confusion, and he has to look at the step, watch the score, unbelievable quality. Craigie looks for what he's got, and not a lot, it's been lost, and suddenly the opportunity here, and flying away from all the supporters, Cedric Gay, he's being chased hard by Manu, but Cedric Gay, the hooker, gets touchdown number 3. Toulouse are flying. Good driving run again from Foray, almost runs through holes and stretches and scores. He's like a mountain on wheels. Quick and Gay's in. Murphy scoops it away. Gallagher puts his head down. Gallagher scores. Toulouse are in the semi-finals of the Power Gen Challenge Cup.
rugby league in France, this is enormous. First team to make the semi-final, such a prestigious competition. I'm very, very proud of the boys, and they're the guys that deserve it. You know, it's fantastic.
Great scenes of celebration there in the baking sunshine in Toulouse. Let's just have a look at how they've got to this stage. And remember, they've played more matches than anybody else because the Super League sides don't come into until the fourth round. But Toulouse had to play right through from the third round. And they've got stronger and stronger. I mean, we've written them off completely, John. And I guess rugby league isn't like football. It doesn't produce a shock whereby somebody 1 second sneak a goal. I mean, could they do anything today?
Well, I don't think they can trouble Leeds, to tell you the truth. I think they've achieved a great deal by getting to the semi-final, and you must applaud them for that, because that was a great performance against a Super League team in France. But you must remember that when they played them in France, it was baking hot, and it was all in Toulouse's favour. Today, it's very much a more level playing field, and Leeds are a high-quality rugby league side. But I'm sure that they will come here, and I'm sure that all they'll want to do is perform very well and do themselves justice and do French rugby league justice.
And here they are warming up on the pitch at the moment. It's not going to be a big crowd today, just to warn you, if you're watching at home thinking why are there so many empty seats. Toulouse haven't brought many fans with them, and a lot of the Leeds Rhino fans not wanting to shell out the money because they can sit at home and watch it on the BBC. Now, Ian, in terms of French Rugby League, Perpignan are coming into the Super League next year. Toulouse are through to the French Grand Final. They're going to play Perpignan. Is this as strong as French Rugby League has ever been?
It is, because there's a lot more development work being done there at the moment. And for rugby league to rival rugby union in regard to international status, we need a very strong national team from France. We have the Great Britain team with the Australians, we have the New Zealanders. And with UTC coming to Super League, it'll really strengthen it, but also the underlying areas, the development areas. I know David Waite, the head of the rugby league, he's over there spending a lot of time developing youngsters, getting structures put in place. And this is probably an early byproduct of a lot more money and a lot more time and effort spent on French. And long term, it'll be great when French can have an all-national team that can compete with Great Britain.
So Toulouse may be the first French side to reach this stage of the Challenge Cup, but it sounds like they almost certainly will not be the last. They arrived at Manchester Airport on Friday, and Rob Walker was there to meet them.
Mate, I'm really excited. Apart from I don't know, my colleagues, my teammates, but it's my first Challenge Cup ever.
The boys have been quite good, actually. We've obviously been concentrating hard on our own championship at home, and we've got a grand final next week. So there's a lot of big things happening for us at the moment. So the boys are okay. They're ready to go.
What does this mean for Toulouse Rugby Club to be contesting a Challenge Cup semi-final?
Oh, it's fantastic! It's unbelievable. Nobody could think will be in the semi. It's the cup. Is what's fantastic in the cup. Every game is different, and you do your best, and after happen what happen.
Okay. See you.
Is this standard kit procedure?
Yeah, every game you get new gear like this.
Who's the best at PlayStation?
I would say I'm the best. Je l'ai tordu la dernière fois. Allez les bleus!
How exciting is it to be a part of this squad as a Frenchman?
It's pretty important for us to arrive there, and we know that we attack the Everest of the rugby league, the biggest team of the world, and it's pretty exciting to play against them.
Well, the Toulouse coach Justin Morgan played Australian NRL, and also, and you may have guessed it from the surname, he played for Wales in the 2000 Rugby League World Cup. Let's find out what he's been thinking about this match. He's been speaking to Damien.
Justin, I think it's fair to say most people don't give Toulouse a prayer today, but you're not of the same opinion, presumably?
No, definitely. I mean, come with a positive attitude. We've had a really good week. The attitude of the boys has been very, very professional. And look, you know, we know it's a big task. It's a fantastic opposition that we're playing against today. But you know, we're going out there to put in a good performance. And you know, you never know. Stranger things have happened in rugby league.
It's a bit of a reunion for you. You know Tony Smith from your Parramatta days.
Yeah, that's right. And played with Ali at the Warriors. So, yeah, it's a little bit of a reunion. And, you know, looking forward to the challenge of coaching against Tony as well. You know, he's got a fantastic record. Done a great job with the Rhinos last year, obviously winning the World Club Challenge. And this year they've been playing some great football. So, yeah, I'm sure we'll have a beer after the game, a bit of a chat and, you know, a bit of a catch-up.
You must have been encouraged yesterday. Bit of an upset there, Hull beating St Helens.
Yeah, you could call it an upset. I think Hull just most probably showed a little bit more desire. You know, their forwards just went forward and they were a little bit more hungry. So yeah, it gave us a little bit of you know, food for thought, and also, you know, you could call it an upset. So hopefully we can keep the ball rolling today with some upsets.
Best of luck, Justin.
Thank you.
Well, part of it is talent, part of it is attitude when you get out there on the pitch, and the players to watch out for. Ian, their captain James Wynne, crucial to today.
Yeah, he is, and I coached him in Australia when he was at St George Illawarra, moved up to the Newcastle Knights. He was an understudy to Andrew Johns, the best halfback in the world. What he does give them, he'll give them some composure. He's got a kicking game. He likes taking the ball to the line, so you'll see some really good attacking skills off him and some long passes. He's got a flair about him, and it'll be whether the other players can adjust to his flair, because don't forget, these guys aren't all full-time, and they are playing against the world champions in rugby league, so he's going to be under a bit of pressure, but he's a talented player.
For the part-timers, John, how much extra fitness work will they have had to have done this year than ever before, do you think?
Well, they'll obviously have put a lot of extra work in, but you can never match full-time athletes, and that's a fact of life. And obviously that's a massive advantage that the Leeds Rhinos have got. But their main advantage is that they're used to playing pressure rugby league, and they're used to this type of atmosphere, and it'll be party time for Toulouse. They'll go out and give their best, but Leeds Rhinos will come in, be totally focused and very, very, very professional.
Well, an awful lot of people watching at home, just for the romance of it, will be cheering on Toulouse, but the hot favourites are Leeds Rhinos. They've got the biggest support out here, and there are their players in the dressing room preparing for today's semi-final. Well, let's have a look at how they got here. They joined in round 4, obviously. Beat the Warrington Wolves. Now, that was a pretty tight one, 26-22, but then they put 70 points on the French side, SM Pia, before beating London Broncos, who they'd beaten in the 99 Challenge Cup final. They beat them 32-12 in the quarter-finals. Well, Leeds have been in pretty hot form in the Super League, as Damien Johnson can tell us.
The start of July saw the visit of the Bradford Bulls to Headingley. After the two West Yorkshire rivals exchanged tries, Jamie Jones-Buchanan stormed over to put Leeds in front. The Bulls were just managing to stay in touch with the Rhinos, but just before the break, a superb step from standoff Danny Maguire sent him under the posts. Leeds confirmed their superiority early in the second half. A great break from prop Danny Ward sent Maguire scampering over for his second try. The final score was 36-26, Leeds' fifth successive Super League victory over the Bulls. When the Rhinos travelled to Warrington, it was second versus third in the league. Leeds drew first blood through centre Chev Walker. As they'd done in the first half, Leeds were first on the score sheet in the second. Rob Burrow showed great acceleration to score under the posts. Centre Keith Senior then further extended the Rhinos' lead. He was sent clear after some great handling. And nothing seemed to be going right for the Wolves. Marcus Bai returned an attempted chip over the top and ran the length of the field. The 46-22 victory took the Rhinos back to the top of Super League.
Now that was quick. What is it, John, that makes Leeds Rhinos such a good side?
Well, they're very well organised, but they've got great talent as well. And Leeds are the type of team that if they break your defensive line and they're 90 metres away from their goal line, they'll go and score, because they've got people like Danny Maguire, they've got Rob Burrows, they've got Mark Calderwood, they've got Keith Senior. So throughout, right across the field, they've got players with great pace, power and good decision making, and they're a highly skilled team who are very well organised.
And as you can see, that they're leading the Super League at the moment here. The way they gel together, I mean, do they read each other's moves very well?
Well, you've got to remember, in Super League, they have more offloads than any other team in Super League, and they score more tries than any team from their half of the field. So it shows they're very confident with the ball in their hands. They've got a lot of speed, they've got a lot of confidence in each other. So their support plays very good anticipation for everything. So they're all the things that people are going to sit back at home and see some fantastic athletes and skill, because they're very, very good at it.
Well, the Leeds coach is Tony Smith. Let's hear what he makes of today's match.
Tony, everyone expects you to win, but is this one of those days where you've just got to go out and come up with a professional performance?
very much so. We haven't been listening to too many of those sort of reports. It's a game of rugby league and it's sport, so nothing's guaranteed. You've got to, go through the processes and make sure that you play out your game plan, otherwise anything can happen.
How impressed were you with Toulouse when they beat Widnes in the quarterfinals?
Yeah, very impressed. They're a well-coached team, as you can see, and got some great attacking players. They're very dangerous, and we'll have to control the ball well today to keep the ball away from them, because that's their strength, I feel.
No Kevin Sinfield today. Is there any news on the other players who are doubtful?
We're only missing Kevin and Jamie Jones Buchanan. Everybody else is fit and healthy, so we're as strong as we can be without those two.
Best of luck, Tony.
Thank you.
John, how difficult is it mentally for a side when they come into a match like this? They're expected to not just win, but win by 50, 60 points. What do you say to them as a coach to make sure they don't go out there thinking it's a done deal?
Well, I think Tony's already alluded to that when he said they've got to go through all the processes that they've done in practice, and I'm sure that's what they will do. And also, they've obviously analysed the Toulouse side as the Rhinos get ready to go out there. They've analysed the Toulouse side, and they've seen that they're very good with ball in hand, but I also think that they've seen many weaknesses with the defensive structure, so I fully expect a very high scoring game.
When we look at the Super League top scorers so far this season, you see the top three are all Leeds players.
Yeah, and you do, and there's an interesting fact here. Mark Calderwood's on the wing on their right side, and Keith Senior's in the centres on their left side. So there's a fair bit of variety both sides of the field. And then you've got the littlest man in Super League, Rob Burrow. He's in the middle of the field, and he's darting and ducking, and he does actually duck to beat people. It's quite an interesting technique. So it just shows that they're, at the moment, their attack is very good. And their last game against Warrington in Super League, I thought it was the best they've played in a long time. So what they would be trying to do today is continue that momentum and not come into too many bad habits. It's very important, because with the Challenge Cup up in 4 weeks' time, you want to make sure your game's in rhythm, and you want to make sure all the little things in your game are good, like Hull did yesterday.
You'll be keeping a close eye on Mark Calderwood because he's joining your lot next year. But let's talk about Rob Burrow, because you mentioned about how he ducks under other players and how small he is and how quick.
Yeah, I think it's great for any kid to watch too, is that, I know size is important in sport, and especially rugby league, but it's great to see a little man make it. And what he does also, he has a very astute kicking game, long and short, he even kicks goals. And he's been playing at the highest level for such a long time for his age. And where he causes problems is the big guys, when he ducks around the rucks. So the big guys are frightened of him, and he's the littlest guy on the field.
And I think, Claire, also that Rob was used mainly as an impact player off the bench in previous seasons, but now he's come through and he really has established himself as a starter, and he is a quality halfback. And Ian is quite rightly alluded to his great attacking flair, but teams tend to send a lot of traffic at him as well, and believe you me, he can handle himself defensively as well for one so small.
Well, Tony Smith mentioned that there's no Kevin Sinfield today, the captain missing because he's had an operation on a dislocated thumb, but he is watching from the sidelines alongside Damien.
Kevin, what's the latest news on the thumb you're missing today? Still dislocated?
Yeah, hopefully it'll be a couple of weeks now, and I'll be back.
Must be gutted to be missing out today. It's a bit of an adventure into the unknown against Toulouse.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm disappointed at missing out, but the boys have really prepared well for it. We're looking forward to it. Toulouse have got to be a good side to get this far, and we know we've got to be at our best to win.
Do you know much about them? Did you see the game against Widnes in the last round?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, we prepared really hard on them this week. We've looked at quite a bit in video, and we've learned quite a bit about them, so we're looking forward to it.
Good for the teams. Thanks, Kevin.
Well, the ticker tape is falling over them. I suppose it would be too easy to say who do you think will win. How many points will Leeds win by?
Well, I think, Claire, initially it'll be quite tight, but Leeds are also renowned for running away with games in the second half, especially towards the latter end of the game. So I'll think between 30 and 40 points.
Well, not only being a physical and a skill test for Leeds, it's a mental test. Can they keep their concentration for 80 minutes? I think the speed of the game will be too quick for Toulouse. I think they'll win by 50, Leeds. It all depends if they keep their foot on the pedal, and long as the French try and play with a bit of confidence, a bit of enterprise, and show that attacking skill they do have.
OK, well, let's join our commentary team. Jonathan Davis is alongside Dave Woods.
Well, if we are about to describe a Toulouse victory, then it will be, without doubt, the biggest upset in the history of Cup Rugby League. Leeds, the world champions, the elite. Toulouse, a team made up of mostly part-timers. It's surely an impossible task. Toulouse, a side that will be mostly familiar from the victory over Widnes in the last round. Olivier Jansac comes in on the wing, Adrien Viella at loose forward. Otherwise, it is a side that knows how to cause cup upsets. Sébastien Ragan was one of the stars of that Widnes win. He could well be playing in the Super League with Les Catalans next year. Leeds, of course, are a formidable outfit. Right from full-back all the way through to loose forwards. Today's side is very similar to the side that was crowned world champions back in February. They are hot favourites, and it's the kind of match in which the fleet-footed standoff Danny Maguire could easily run riot today as well. Even the brothers Grimm wouldn't dare describe a happy ending for the French team today. Referee this afternoon is Richard Silverwood, just ensuring that everything is okay before we get this semi-final underway. One or two have been cruelly suggesting this could be the highest scoring semi-final of all time. Back in 1992, Wigan beat Bradford by 71 points to 10. Is that about to be eclipsed? Or are we going to see the French side produce some great resistance? Already Leeds have possession and Lautiti's running to touch. So the short kick-off does eventually pay off for Toulouse.
Well, that's the first mistake by Leeds, and as Ian Ward said in the studio, I think it's all about keeping their composure, their structure, Leeds, and I think the last 20 minutes of each half, that's when they'll run away with the game, maybe.
For the atmosphere, the occasion is going to be the first real test for this French side. Here comes Ragan, the man who we saw causing a lot of problems for Widnes in the last round. It's not often that this French team will have played in an arena like this. They are, of course, in the French final, the playoff finals next week, for the French title against UTC, the side that will morph into Les Catalans and enter Super League next year. So this is a good warm-up for that occasion. Whether they can carry it through to the nth degree remains to be seen. Del Pux is put down, 5 tackles gone, Gay from dummy half, wide it goes, and quick hands as well! Oh my word, what a start! Viella, I think it is, who's gone over. Would you believe it? 1 minute and 13 seconds, and Toulouse have stunned Leeds. What an opening!
Well, it's a wake-up call, and that's very poor defence. They had numbers on the left-hand side, and really, you could have driven a bus through that hole. Here we are, Senior went out. Danny Maguire stayed on his man. And as we expected, James Wynn took the ball to the line, but really there's nothing there, nothing on, just goes through the gap.
Well, Adrien Viella is a French hero. He's in his second spell with Toulouse. He went to Lesignan for a while. It's a bit of a fairy tale because he was released by Lesignan a couple of years ago and just rang up Justin Morgan to ask him if he'd come and train with the side, and he said, yeah, come on, you can train with us. And he impressed so much in training, he was given a new contract. And I tell you what, both parties will be very pleased he was. It might not last, but just for the moment, the belief, the fairy tale, has its possibilities. Couturier with a kick from the touchline. He has hit it just weak, just wide, hits the post, bounces down. It remains at 4-0. But this crowd that was stunned is finding its voice now.
There's nothing on here really. They've got numbers on the right-hand side. But that's poor defence by Leeds. Great start for Toulouse.
Cliche question, Jonathan, on such occasions is, how much is that misconversion going to cost Toulouse at the end of the game in a semi-final that could be tight?
I don't think
I guess the answer is not very, but we didn't think they were going to score first, did we?
That might really wake up Leeds now. It's going to be very important. People like Tommy Gallagher, Ragoon, to lay a platform for Mulholland win.
Well, they're probing again. On this near side, just trying to gain ground at the moment. Cedric Gay, you might remember him for his 80-metre dash. Gallagher, the former Leeds man, is put down. Gay from dummy half again. It's onto the boot of Wynn now, the very influential Australian who puts it downfield, and Richie Mathers has the chance to return. And apart from the kick-off, this is the first time Leeds have had possession in this game.
And again, a very good kick and a good chase. And if they saw yesterday's game, I just think they've got to follow the example of Hull. Mistake-free rugby. Great kicking game, good chase. Just, taking the ball forward and laying the platform with the half-backs just to control the game.
Well, the Toulouse players were here yesterday along with their coach watching it, and you just wondered what kind of an impact that would have, whether it would inspire them that underdogs can win, although Hull weren't quite the same underdogs that Toulouse are today, or would it rather knock their confidence, seeing the arena and seeing the standards of yesterday's game, knowing that they would have to match and perhaps go even further if they were going to win today? Well, so far it seems to be an inspiration. Here's Maguire, tries to find his feet in the middle of the park. It's laid off to Diskin.
Second release!
Rob Burrow waits at dummy half. Leeds poised here, only 30 yards away. Maguire to McKenna, one of those who's on his way out from Headingley at the end of this season. And looking to play it as quick as they can. Ward now turns it back to Maguire. Maguire searching in the middle, looking for a gap or a player or whatever opportunity might present itself, and finds only the defence on the shoulder of James Wynne. 4 tackles gone, 2 to come. Mathers out to Lower Titi, poses a real threat on that left-hand side, gets his arms free. Calderwood's there, here's Mathers again, inside for Maguire. Maguire steps, runs into trouble. Wynne is really working hard in defence at the moment. The ball is played back to Mathers, it's on the 6th tackle. Little chip over the top, it's played back in towards McKenna. It was good hands from Chef Walker, and McKenna will take it, and Leeds have their first try. What an opening, 5 minutes played, a try apiece, and McKenna has his name on the board for Leeds.
As John Keir said, it could be a very high-scoring match. I think it certainly will. Just a simple kick, well-executed kick. That's great play though by Chev Walker. Good support play, too powerful for the tackle. It was a really superb kick. Good work by Chev Walker.
Was there a question of offside there?
I don't think so. They weren't that far out from the try line. Ball is in the air for 3 seconds. I'm sure Chef could cover that amount of ground in 3 seconds.
Had problems leading up to this game, of course, Chev Walker with the hand injury. At first they thought it was a break, but it turned out to be badly bruised. And no signs of any problems with his handling on that occasion, as Rob Burrow, in the absence of Kevin Sinfield, settles to attempt his first conversion. He's hit it well enough, right between and over the bar. So Leeds have the lead for the first time this afternoon. Question is, can Toulouse shot them again?
Well, he's just out the shot there.
I just wondered if it was worth referring, just for safety's sake.
I don't think, again, like the Toulouse conversion, it's going to be that important.
Okay. You're a cynical man. Well, this was a day for fairy tales. Here's Stabanez with a kick. And Barrett McDermott, who is organising a French party tonight, by the way. Back at Headingley, he's having a big shindig in the car park later on tonight, and it's a French theme. Anybody who fancies going along, I think it's £2 in, but it'll be well worth it, I'm sure. Players from both clubs will be there as well. Here's Danny Ward with the drive. Well wrapped up. Fitness ultimately will be just one of the keys to this game.
Yeah, they've got to wrap the tackles.
Just interesting looking at body shapes, isn't it? You know, the Leeds side are the full-time, training on a full-time basis. They have a different physique to the French team, who are mostly part-timers. Here's Senior.
Fitness will surely come into play, like I said, in the last 20 minutes of each half. You can see they're struggling to get back in the defensive line at the moment.
This is Maguire. It's Marcus Bai to Maguire again, well covered across by Estebanez.
Good tackle, but another offload.
Kept alive. Mathers putting the kick in behind Peter Lima. We'll be hoping it's going to go dead, and it has. Despite the chase from Calderwood, who makes a habit of that kind of thing, putting pressure on the kick. French side have the chance to regroup here with a tap on their 20. What kind of meterage can they gain here? Here's Lima.
Second, move!
Louis Simon, Peter Lima. It's going to be driven forward by Nicolas Faure.
Come on! Clear!
Only 21 years of age. This will be valuable experience for him. It's back to the fullback Murphy.
Let's fall, okay, Keith!
Way through the Leeds line on this occasion. Picked up by Delpux. It's with the try scorer Viala.
5!
Senior with a wrestling tackle. 6th tackle will be the next. So Wynne looks for touch and just about finds it with the bounce before the line.
That's what he'll try and do. He'll try and put the ball over the touchline. Most sides won't want to do that. But Toulouse, because again, they're not professional, take a break, walk to the scrums.
Okay, come on. Off at the scrum.
Rob Burrow, all 5'5" of him, will feed the scrum for Leeds. Oh, it's been left behind, and suddenly a chance for Lima to pick it up, and here comes Ragan. A little bit of mistake from Leeds, and it's on such occasions that Toulouse have really got to take their opportunities.
0!
Here's Gay. It was the 0 tackle because of the mistake, so it's 6 tackles from here. Faure.
Pass! Lead him away!
Wynne scurrying up to dummy half. It's with Viala again. Just a solid wall of Leeds defence at the moment. As Gay picks it up. Mulhall inside ball to Ragan.
That's 3, get off, Grace! 3!
Cedric Gay, the hooker, moving up. Murphy. Another caught in possession by Ellis. There's a lack of sharpness just at the moment as Gay moves it left to Mulhall with a little kick through. Now, was there an obstruction there as Calderwood just scudders it out of play? It will be a dropout underneath the sticks.
Yes, on the bottom of your screen. Is there a block? Not really. Maybe just stands in his way. Took the dive.
Stay behind!
Well, you're allowed to stand your ground,
Yeah.
but you're not allowed to make a step. And did Rob Burrow just make a little bit of a step there into the chest of Couturier?
Sure.
It's a drive forward by Faure.
Okay, Danny, get off, Danny! Back, Leeds!
Ragan. Good offload by him. Couturier
Second,
is
lead him up!
caught by Burrow.
Okay.
Here's Lima.
There's only one way he knows.
Lima's doing well.
Please, stand, Grace!
Cedric Gay picks up. Here's Mulhall. And again to Wynne, and Leeds rushing out of defence to close down the options of Delpux.
Leave it!
Gay's quickly up there, 2 tackles to come here. Mulhall up to the line, slides it in again. Couturier once more was after it, but it's taken by Calderwood. He'll have to give it up inside his in goal. It'll be a dropout underneath the sticks. Let's go down to the touchline and hear from Damien Johnson.
Yeah, just some worrying news for the Toulouse side. Centre Fabrice Estebanez has blood streaming from a head wound. The physio's been on trying to mop things up. But I think as soon as the referee sees what's going on, I can imagine he'll be in the blood bin.
Okay, Matt! 1!
So a chance here on this repeat
Come back!
for Toulouse to put a bit of pressure on now as Gallagher drives it in again.
Leave him, Matt, this game!
Good spell of the game here for the French side.
The kicking game is very good.
Oh, Gay's done well, and he's got it away once more to Viala, and Viala, they're really threatening here. There's no one in support.
Leave him!
Had anyone been close, the try line was begging there. It's away to Wynne. Wynne spins it off to Mulhall. Mulhall's inside ball to Murphy. Murphy's just looking along the line, but Lauatiti has him covered and pulls him down. Well, they'll be greatly encouraged here. It's with Wynne once more, flat pass to Delpux. And Delpux is going to be held up, 5 yards short? Not much more than that. Wynne's going down the blind side. It's backed by Jean-Jacques. Oh, and Estebanez is getting treatment down there. Found himself in the way.
That's not a good job, is it?
What, the bandaging or the pass?
The bandaging. That's shocking.
Okay, movement!
Well, it was an excellent opportunity, wasn't it, for Toulouse Olympique?
The kicking game has been very good so far.
Well, McDermott offloads, and it's gone backwards, and it's going to be Estebanez who chases. It's a real mess here, but it's picked up by Jean-Jacques. And they have it again here, Toulouse. This is unbelievable stuff at the start of this game. It's Estebanez once more, stepping away from Senior, can't push off bar. Del Pux is up at dummy half, the second rower. Spins it inside, Gallagher now hurls himself at the line. How he'd love to score against his former teammates. Cedric Gay, this is Wynne. Wynne saw a little bit of a gap and went for it, but he's got in!
Scores!
He's got it in! Referee has a look and gives it. Well, there was almost astonishment on Richard Silverwood's face. It is unbelievable. Wynne has scored the second try. Toulouse have the lead again.
Well, one man who won't be happy is Tony Smith. They are so lethargic, making so many errors. Complacency, there's the first mistake. No one clears it up. They pick the ball up. But this is the finish. Again, there's a big gap down the middle. Mathers makes a tackle. Lauatiti, just watch the right hand come out, try.
He should never have been allowed to score that, should he?
At the moment, they're playing with a lot of complacency, aren't they, Leeds?
He's renowned as the best player in the French game at the moment, James Wynne, but even so, there's two defenders who really should have done a better job. It's conversion, which is eminently kickable here for Couturier. This to extend the lead to 10 points to 6. There aren't many inside this ground who would have predicted this situation at this stage of the game.
They've just given them the opportunity to attack. The kicking game's been very good. You know, they've had repeated sets of 6, but this is just a simple run, two-man tackle, sneaks over. There's no aggression in that defence whatsoever.
Toulouse 10, Leeds 6. Rub your eyes and look again. It really is there on your screen. That is the scoreline at the moment. The French part-timers against the world champions. Would you believe this? Would you believe this, John Keir, in the studio?
No, I wouldn't, Dave, at all, but I must admit I hope it stays that way. You know, Leeds at the minute, they have started very poorly. They're making unforced errors that you wouldn't expect, and the defence, it's a passive defence rather than an aggressive defence getting off the line, so I'm sure Toulouse will take great heart from that, but I'm sure at half-time Tony Smith will want to rally his troops and certainly give them a wake-up call.
Well, they're going to grow in confidence, aren't they, Toulouse? And it's very, very difficult for a side during a game, isn't it, to lift their game. You start badly, it's very difficult to get yourself back in form again.
We thought this with Widnes, didn't we? They started very lethargic and they just couldn't get back into the game, and the longer Toulouse were in it, though we think that the fitness, you know, will
Good at possession.
will be a factor. As long as they're in the game, they'll just keep on going.
63% of the possession so far for Toulouse. And they've dominated territory as well, 75%. Keep that up. They're in the final at Cardiff against Hull.
Okay, one, release, back!
Here's Diskin at dummy half for Leeds. It's taken on by Ward.
Yeah, come on!
Diskin with his little shrug wants to get on with it much quicker than he's been allowed to. Maguire out to Ellis, and Ellis will run straight through James Wynne and just puts things back on an even keel again for Leeds. It's not so much a celebration as a sigh of relief from those Leeds supporters. Gareth Ellis with his 10th try for Leeds, and he just settles their ship once more.
Yeah, it's just a dummy runner, holds number 7 up, and he scores.
Danny Maguire having a look.
And he is dummy run by Lauatiti, just holds Wynne up, just strolls through the gap, Ellis.
Well, Widnes proved in the last round, even though they were poor in defeat, they proved that when you run at this French line, there is every chance you're going to score a try. And Leeds are proving it as well. This is a fairly difficult attempt for Rob Burrow, but it's a chance to give his side the lead. 5 feet 5 inches of total concentration as he settles himself for the conversion attempt that is successful, that is pretty good. And Leeds, with a bit of relief, have the lead again, 12 points to 10.
You just watch as the ball comes wide. We stop it there. This is the guy who's going to just take and hold this guy up, and this guy is just going to come round the back into the hole, just run it on, just stops him there, number 7, you see it. He can't adjust his feet, can't adjust his position. Dummy runner's done his work. Ellis is on the outside.
Two points in it. 12-10, Leeds lead. 19 minutes played, another little mistake. Mathers has got some work to do here. Bai brings it away from danger. Look at the swarming defenders quickly around him. Bailey, another who was under a little bit of doubt before the game began.
Second, release! Release!
Burrow. Ward. Here's Ellis again. Can't find any support. Picked up by Walker. Walker goes hunting, but he's found by Ragan.
Good tackle, Ragan.
McKenna. Half slipped, but Gay manages to grab his ankles. It's on the 6th here. Burrow with a bit of a juggle. They're going to run it, and they might regret that because Couturier with the tackle. Let's go down to the touchline again. Amian Johnson.
Kevin Sinfield's with me. Kevin, 12-10 to the Rhinos, but you must be concerned with some of the Leeds defending.
Oh, we've just dropped off on 2 plays, I think. We'll get it back. We knew Toulouse were going to throw a lot of us, and they've certainly done that. Very physical, trying to play very quick on us. But, you know, we bounced back both times very well, and I'm sure we'll be all right.
Thanks, Kevin.
Cheers, Damien.
It's a question of how long they're going to keep that physicality up, though, isn't it, Toulouse?
Well, as we said, if they're in the game, they just go on adrenaline.
Well, I don't think we really believed all the way through the Widnes game they were going to do it and actually go on to win until it was into the last 5-10 minutes. But they managed to hold out on that occasion. Can they do it again? Well, even now, and even given the start they've had, you would suggest no. It's Vincent who's tackled just inside Leeds territory. Left it comes to Mulhall. Inside ball for Ragan now. Really personifies their physicality, doesn't he? Sebastian Ragan, he's a big lad. Gay, quickly up, it's on the 6th tackle here, so Wynn with a little chip over the top, that's clever stuff from him. Bai's there to cover there for Leeds. And has it back again, and there's confidence for you. A little slip ball out the back door. Burrow saw the gap and went, and he's still going up to the halfway line. Steps Murphy, steps Estebanez. Here's Maguire. Maguire back inside again. Can't find a way through. The Toulouse defence recovers sufficiently.
They're really piling numbers into the tackle. But what that does on a quick play of the ball, then they're short in the defensive line.
Bailey's make ground. Diskin. Quick hands from Poaching and Lower TT. Seniors wide, so too is Bai. Bai one-handed. Oh, it's a very unimpressive pass from him. Lower TT is put down. It's Poaching now who's on from the bench. Trying to get that arm free and trying to get the pass away. Oh, it was forward. And it's a relief and a survival for Toulouse.
Again, they're doing things now that they wouldn't normally do in a Super League game.
What is that down to? Is it that they've been shaken by the way Toulouse have started? Is it just complacency coming into this game because they were such hot favourites?
I think it is complacency. You know, instead of just taking the drives in and laying the platform, then spreading it wide, they're just trying to, you know, play from the first tackle, offloading when they shouldn't offload.
Here's Lima.
Defensively as well, as John said, and they're not aggressive in the tackle.
Get square, you two. Second.
Bit of work to do here from deep inside their own half. It's Couturier who picks up and carries it a good 10 yards or so. Mainly the backs involved in this set of 6 so far, and it'll be on the boot of Dave Mulhall, who's got a terrific boot on him. 10 times this year. He's kicked 40 20s.
Not a great chase now. Bit of a dog leg.
By with the offload to Mathers. Mathers tried to put the foot down, but was caught before he hit full flight with Adrian Viola. Tony Smith, the coach, looking on. He's not going to be over-impressed with what he's seen so far. Old mates, of course, with Justin Morgan. Brian Smith was the coach of Parramatta when Tony Smith, the Leeds coach, was his assistant, and Justin Morgan was a player there as well, so they know each other very, very well. Diskin. Here's Burrow. Ellis using his power, and again he's lost it again. He's just trying to force things when they didn't need forcing. And again it's scrum down, Toulouse head and feed.
Again trying to do things that they wouldn't normally do. This is just a miracle ball. You know, both his hands were at his waist there.
Same, Danny. Oh.
Watch.
Come on, get in.
If they come off, they look spectacular. If they don't, you look rather red-faced. That went backwards from David Mulhall. And it's picked up by Peter Lima. 6 years now he's been in France. Lima, undoubtedly having his best season so far.
Second, stand, Gareth. Squared up. 2.
Shazak, a winger. Can play at fullback as well. Prefers to play at fullback, but he's got the pace to make him look quite comfortable on the wing too.
4 movement, Ryan. Here. 4.
Ball with a boot that took a deflection off a Leeds player, and bounces out of play, but I think it was ball hits man. Oh, in fact the referee has decided it was man hits ball, so it's Toulouse's head and feet. These Leeds fans are getting a bit frustrated at the moment, Jonathan.
Let's see if he does play for it. Well,
no is the answer.
Yeah, he turned his back and he didn't. He put his hands up, but I think there wasn't much of a charge down, just to cover his face, I think.
Hit his knee. Oh, that's a swift flat ball, and suddenly Murphy's got a bit of space in which to run, and Senior's back quickly to make the recovery tackle. The sun's out as well, and the French are smiling as they launch another attack. Fresinet. Cedric Gay inside the 20. It's with James Wynn. Out right to Estabanez. We saw him score a fairly spectacular try against Widnes in the first game as well. It's Vincent.
4, leave him.
I have to say, James Wynn is really orchestrating this Toulouse side extremely well.
Here's Mulhall on the 5th, puts a little kick into the in-goal area. It's a good kick as well, and Mathers has to touch it away. It'll be another dropper underneath the sticks, and it should be another set of 6 for Toulouse to hammer this Leeds line. 26 minutes play. Just have a look at that scoreline again. Toulouse 10, Leeds 12.
And Dave Mulhall is complimenting him as well. James Wynn, he's got a lovely touch, left foot. The kicks into the in goal have been very good.
Let's go.
There's Maguire with a drop.
Get him low, get him low.
Vincent takes it forward.
Chris, stand up.
He's run strongly since coming on.
Hold.
He's hurt himself as well, obviously. Gay. Ragan.
Second, leave it down.
Is ragged down. Fresinet again launching himself at that Leeds line, and what's the referee spotted here? It was Bailey involved. Let's see what he has to say to Ryan Bailey. It's going to be a penalty for Toulouse.
You got the tackle, you're recovered, okay? You followed over the top with an elbow to the head. Don't need it. Okay, yeah.
Well, he makes a tackle and there's an elbow to the head.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Not half.
He just settle down, take the kick.
Time off, play.
Trying to settle himself here. Damien Couturier just missed one so far. The French international made his debut against New Zealand and Australia last year.
Ryan, please. Let's go.
Swapped his shot with Clinton Tupy. after the New Zealand game.
Okay. Danny! Danny! Time back on.
Should be kickable, right in front of the sticks, and it proves to be. The flag's up from both touch judges, 2 out of 3 for Couturier. It's a 5-star performance by his players.
Yeah, he'd be very, very happy.
They have travelled far, and they might not have travelled with much hope, but my word, they'll be pleased with that. 12 points apiece with nearly half an hour play. It is the stuff of dreams.
Stay behind.
Here's Mathers with a high kick again. Looking to get it high as possible so that the Leeds line can get up there quickly, but Wynn was there to mop things up and Toulouse have it back once more.
Yeah, very happy down here on the Toulouse bench, Dave. Many of the Rugby League pundits predicted that Toulouse wouldn't be able to spread the ball wide in this game. Leeds would be in their faces quickly, but that hasn't proved to be the case. They're spreading it wide, getting joy, Leeds dropping off, and at 12-all they must be happy.
There's a lot been said, Jonathan, about in the build-up to this, that World Cup match back in 2000 when Justin Morgan played for the Welsh side, of course, against the Australians at this very ground. And it's panning out something similar, isn't it? The Welsh leading at half-time in that game, 20 points to 14, was it, at half-time?
Yes, it was. It's a good performance by Wales, and I think it's a very good performance by Toulouse, but you know, Leeds are helping them. Little discipline, knock-ons, giving them good field position, that's crossing.
Gave himself up there, Wynn, didn't he? Otherwise it would have been a penalty. On that occasion, we just knew the Australians were going to recover and win the game. And I think there's still a sense that we just know Leeds are going to run out fairly comfortable winners here today as well. But Toulouse are making them work hard as Wynn for the line.
It's just the defence, they're just not moving out to the line whatsoever.
Mulhall.
Knock on.
Oh, poaching is knocked on. Mulhall couldn't pick it up cleanly. Poaching knocked on. Referee gives Toulouse head and feed.
You know, that was a great example, you know, like no one moves off the line whatsoever. The Leeds defence, they don't move. Attack, no, the attacking line, they just stay there.
Hands away to Estebanez.
Okay, Keith.
5 tackles from here to hammer this line and get the lead again and possibly hold it till half-time. Here's Del Pux.
Second.
2 tackles got. Potential remains. Jean-Zac. Back to Estebanez. Here's Wynn. Inside ball for Viala. Viala offloads and Gay picks it up. The 2 defenders were too busy trying to tackle the original man. There's a knock-on and the ironic cheers from the Leeds supporters because they suspect this has gone their way and the referee confirms it has.
An ironic cheer.
Ryan, you're in the scrum.
There's the knock-on, palms it back.
Hey, oh!
Well, they came here thinking it was going to be a gentle afternoon of celebration, watching their all-stars run in a hatful of tries. The dancing feet of Danny Maguire, the lightning footwork of Richie Mathers and Rob Burrow. But it's proved to be anything but so far. Although we do have to emphasise the so far. Yes, the tackles made so far, Leeds have had to make 65, which is a reflection of just how much possession Toulouse have had so far.
Yes, and most of those tackles have been made in their own 20.
Moratiti is dragged down, unable to release the ball.
Let's see if they can complete the set first.
Poaching.
Second,
eventually put down.
Come on, release!
It will take for some time for him to clear that ruck. And Diskin, sensing that, decides to go from dummy half. And a little offload to Maguire. There's a touch of magic. Well played, Matt Diskin. There were 3 French defenders all over the tackle. And Diskin knew that there simply had to be gaps behind the ruck. He picked it up and went. And just when the avenue closed, the inside ball for Danny Maguire. Always in support. Always ready to score, and Leeds have the lead.
Here we are. Far too slow. You see people around there play the ball area. That's where the damage is done. He just pins his ears back, goes through the gap, and Maguire, just watch him. There's 3 people there. No one really concentrating on what to do. It's a lovely flick pass.
76th try for Leeds, Danny Maguire, and this is 92nd appearance. It's a stunning strike rate. And there are those that would argue, quite justifiably, that he's not quite had as good a season this year as last. It's just showing signs of winding himself up for the run-in. There's Rob Burrow. No mistakes again from the little man. 3 out of 3. And Leeds have the lead by 18 points to 12.
Just watch. Number 9, 13, number 11. That's where they get tired. Lack of concentration. They just switch off. Diskin is through.
So with some relief, Leeds have their noses ahead again as half-time looms.
Okay. Let's go.
Estebanez with the big boot.
Keep it low.
Poaching brings it back with some intent. There's a lot of flailing arms there, isn't there? Jean-Jacques just trying to get a clean grip on Willie Poaching.
Back.
Lower TT, arm free, look for support.
Okay, yeah.
Couldn't find a man in a yellow shirt. Diskin. Burrow. Coming wide again. Even now there's a sense that Leeds are poised. Burrow. Maguire. This is McKenna. Tried to go the hard way right through the middle and was fouled as he went.
That's a killer, that is. That'll really sap the energy, you know, on the fourth tackle, giving a penalty away.
This Leeds side doesn't believe in going for goals, whatever the state of the game, so no surprise they went for the tap there. Diskin goes wide, low and TT! He's in. And finally, Leeds have a bit more control of the match. But it's taken them 35 minutes to achieve it.
Again, very similar, you know, Hull yesterday. They kept St Helens at bay, you know, they had a good kicking game, so they had to attack from deep. And it's the same here. You do sense that every time Leeds get into the 20, they are going to score. A lovely pass by Diskin. Try.
Estebanez rather committed himself here, didn't he, and didn't make the tackle. Andy Lower TT, who's a bit of a cult hero amongst the Headingley faithful. Rob Burrow having to go through his preparation again here. A little unexpected gust of wind blowing the ball off the tee. He's kicked well so far today, Rob Burrow. 3 out of 3.
Extremely well.
Previous to this. Oh dear.
There we go.
Rather put the hex on him, and he's missed his first one of the afternoon, but Leeds lead by 22 points to 12.
It's a great pass. If you stop it there, just watch this guy come out to the line, run it on, and the hole appears right behind him. Bang, just comes out to the line, the hole appears. It's a great pass. Lower TT runs into the hole. Very, very simple try.
Okay, stay behind.
10 points the difference with just about 4 minutes of the first half remaining. As Estebanez looks long with a kick. And they're going straight away for the width and the pace of by looking for the inside ball. It should be Murphy's and is. Well, there's a follow-up tackle. was already tackled, wasn't he?
No, he wasn't held.
Well, the touch judge said he was. Only needs a hand on the player, doesn't it, once he's on the ground?
Well, they've noticed that the right winger is creeping inside. He does well to get back there, doesn't he? Janzak.
Well,
was it a hand on him?
There was a case for Danny Maguire being rather treated out of that, but here comes Ragan! Oh, he's in again! Sebastian Ragan! What a name he is making for himself! It was a terrifically powerful run down that left channel. He's a man we might be seeing an awful lot more of in Super League next year if he does, as expected, sign for Le Catalan. Watch this for a burst.
Lovely long pass once again. Great angle. Chev Walker's just caught ball watching. That tackle should be made. If he does go into Super League next year, I'm sure that his shape will change. Watch this ball. Short ball, Chev Walker. Just ball watching. Good finish.
Well, Justin Morgan suddenly has reasons to be encouraged again. They're showing great character here, aren't they? Terrific character for a side that should be well and truly beaten, given the form books coming into the game. Here's Couturier's attempt, which is absolutely perfect again. Going up in sixes always helps. 22-18.
Here we are. There's a lovely ball there, but just watch the angle. Chev Walker's just ball watching. Hits the hole. There's no support. Well, I'll have a go myself. Steps round Richard Mathers.
There's Carlos Zaluenda, the chief executive of the Toulouse Olympique Club. A bit of a legend in French Rugby League as well. Not surprised, given the moustache. Here's Mulhall.
Okay, Matt, leaving. Off the side. One. Second line.
Well, we're into the last 30 seconds of what has been an astounding first half of Rugby League. Toulouse the first to score. Twice they've had the lead, and even now they're only 4 points behind.
That's 4. Leave him, Chris. Stand up. Hold. 4.
Oh, and it's a break again. Win with a pass, and suddenly they have the chance through Almuzara. Almuzara's still going. Now, Almuzara is renowned for his pace. He's had an awful hamstring injury this year. And had it not been for that, he might have got through, and Ragan might still. Ragan offloads. Cedric Gay knocks it back. Basketball stuff. 6 tackle, and eventually Prison has to go down with a ball in his hands. But what a finish to an astonishing half. The Leeds fans, 1 or 2 of them are booing, but I tell you, the neutrals inside this ground would have been very, very impressed with the match we've just seen.
It's a superb performance by Toulouse. They'd be very happy with that first half performance. You can see Keith Senior's had a word, and then the reaction of the crowd, they're booing Leeds off. Tony Smith will not be happy. That is a very poor performance by Leeds in the first half.
By comparison, Justin Morgan will be wearing the biggest smile in Huddersfield at the moment. Half-time, his side trail, but boy have they played with pride. It's Leeds 22, Toulouse 18.
What a staggering first half. Toulouse finishing it as they had started. They'd scored after 1 minute and 13 seconds. Viala going through. That woke Leeds up a bit. Clever knockdown, and McKenna was through. There was a big bandage flapping in the wind, but Toulouse captain James Wynne stretched out and scored. Toulouse at this stage led 10-6. Gareth Ellis added another for Leeds, but a penalty for Toulouse made it 12-all. Penalty going through. Scores were level. Tiredness started to creep in for Toulouse. Leeds took advantage. Matt Diskin with the break. Danny Maguire on the end of his pass. They scored another one just before the half-time hooter. Leeds weren't looking so much like French toast. The score was 22-12. But then the man who issues parking tickets for a living, Sébastien Raga, heaved through. He's a big lad. No one could stop him. 22-18 is the Leeds lead. It's very tight though. Damian Johnson has got Kevin Sinfield alongside him.
Kevin, it's a lot closer than anyone predicted.
Well, everybody but ourselves, we knew it was going to be tough, we knew it would be difficult. I think we're probably a little bit disappointed at half-time going in. They've made some holes in us and got some breaks on us that we need to sort out, really.
You haven't helped yourself standing off some tackles, but they've thrown it about really well and tackled hard.
Very impressive. As we saw on video, they're great. They cause any side some problems, but if you know we spill too much ball and give them too much ball, so when you do that against any team, you're going to be on the back foot.
Some hard words at half-time, do you think?
I think so, yeah.
Thanks, Kevin.
Cheers, Damien.
Well, Tony Smith will be giving his players a good old-fashioned rollicking. And there they are, looking pretty disappointed with themselves. Meanwhile, in the Toulouse dressing room, well, Justin Morgan, sitting in the chair there in the middle, can be really proud of these players. They have put up a fantastic show. And I have to say to you two experts, you told me. What is going on out there, John?
I don't know. It's absolutely phenomenal, though, isn't it? It's just been great entertainment, and you must take your hats off to the French team because they've looked after the football very well. They've been very creative as well. The kicking game's been outstanding, and that's allowed them to dominate possession. And because they've dominated possession, they've been able to put themselves about in defence. And there was a stage where they looked as if they were tiring and dropping off tackles, but they just got second wind, and you've just got to credit Toulouse. It's been tremendous.
Well, Ian, take us through some of the things we've seen out there. The first Toulouse score, which came after just over a minute.
Yeah, it was, and it was in the first minute. We're all waiting for the first try from Leeds, and here we've got James Wynn, very instrumental playmaker. He's same as Paul Cook yesterday when he put, I think it was McMenemy through. And you see here now, he's going to pass to the bloke on his right, but it's Keith Senior's short on numbers. He doesn't have to go out or come in, and he runs a perfect line. The Toulouse player. It's a fantastic try. Great deception with the ball by Wynn. And here we go there. He holds the ball out in front. He fakes. Is he going to throw it long, short? And the senior's going out. And they beat him for numbers. They beat him with a good running lines and deception. And great viewing by Wynn. He's playing very well. His flat passing game, the width of his passing, is causing the Leeds team a lot of problems.
And great attitude as well they seem to have. I have to say, I thought they were starting to get tired, but actually they were still scoring at the end of the half.
Yes, they were. You've just got to admire them, Claire, because they really have dug in. They've worked very hard for each other. There's a collective belief. I think you saw in the changing room there. They were all really switched on to what Justin Morgan was doing. They were all buying into the group ethic, and you never know. You can see there it's total focus on what the coach is saying, and believe you me, they'll take it on board and they'll try to put it into effect.
I mean, you can see it in the body language. Their heads are up. Meanwhile, in the Leeds dressing room, a few of them looking down. Tony Smith walking up and down and just saying, "Look, you lot, this isn't good enough." I mean,
it's interesting, Claire. Tony Smith looks like he's talking in French, and Justin Morgan's talking in English. It'd be interesting which one's talking English at the moment.
Let's have a look at the first Leeds try, McKenna.
Well, McKenna here, it's something teams practice. It's something here, it's on the last tackle. And they kick to their winger. They're kicking over to Mark Calderwood, who's the leading try scorer in Super League. And he just bats the ball back down. And McKenna is awaiting it. His anticipation is fantastic. They all go for Calderwood. Easy try. Well practiced from the training field, but...
So this is a move that you would go through. Chev Walker just knocking it down there, John. Do your players practice that?
Exactly right, yeah. And the idea is you knock the ball back and you've got plenty of traffic in support on the inside. And that's exactly what Chris McKenna did. And it's a tactic used both in the NRL and in Super League. And it was perfected there. It was executed to perfection.
But having done that, one might have expected Leeds to put their foot on the gas and say, right, here we go, let's move away from Toulouse. Instead, what happened was Toulouse then scored.
Yeah, it's all been quite upside down this game, but it's the width here of the Leeds defence. They're going sideways, they're not coming forward. You see these people in the frame, the three people closest to the ruck are going sideways. And you see James Wynn with the ball, he's showing the deception, he's going to go to the outside. They're going out, instead of staying square, he comes back on their inside. Because of that, he gets an opening, but that takes skill. And that's another thing that needs to be practiced, the ability to hold the ball and grip it and then reach out underneath pressure.
And you could also see his eyes totally focused on where is the line trying to hold off that tackle, but also saying, where am I, where's the line?
Well, for a small guy, it was tremendous. I think Ian alluded to it. It was a two-handed carry to start with, and as he went for the gap, he gripped the ball in one hand, and then he used the other hand to fend the players away and just reach out. So technically it was a very, very good try indeed. It might look simple, but it certainly isn't.
Okay, well, let's have a look at a different sort of a try. This is the Gareth Ellis try for Leeds.
Well, Ellis once again, I mean, it's the decoy runner there. Ali Lautiti was an option going through. He held the defender up, and he comes through, and it's a lovely pass behind the player there, and there was just too much. It was Wynne actually who made the error that time. He jumped the defensive line a little, and Ellis just pushed him through, and it was a simple try for Gareth.
Now, what about Danny Maguire? He's a quick player, quick with his hands and quick with his feet.
Well, he is, and this is all contributed by the two people on the ground, and some coaches might call them dead ends, and that means they can't get back the 10 metres, so that stops them from being able to tackle. Diskin picks it up. You've got two players out of play, and the anticipation Maguire, who last year was the leading try scorer in Super League, and that's because he supports well. But it was the two people that got caught at the play of the ball, laying on the ground, and straight away they can't defend.
And looking at it again, you see Maguire's coming so fast that he almost has to check his own pace before taking a pass and going through. Have a look at him. I don't know whether you've seen from this angle actually.
But what he would have been doing there, Claire, he would have read the situation. There was two blokes laying down, and he would have anticipated that Diskin is going to run because there's two blokes in the play the ball area, and they can't get back to 10 metres. So he would have been thinking, run Diskin, run, because I'm going to be there, and they both work very well together.
And that was the time, I think, Claire, that you felt there were some people tiring. And once again, their tiredness, I think, contributed to that poor decision by the centre. It flew out of the line, just took no man's land. Ali Lautiti one-on-one, you ain't going to stop him from there. He's a big, fine animal, and over he went in the sideline. And at that point, you thought Toulouse was going to throw the towel in, but
you say
didn't.
He's a big, fine animal. What about this for a big, fine beast? I mean, this guy, Ragan, no one's stopping him.
And what a tremendous line of run that was as well. He got on the inside shoulder of Chev Walker, and then he showed some tremendous footwork as well as he neared Richie Mathers, and he's looking outside, bit of footwork there to fend, and he's just got the strength to get over. Tremendous try.
You know what, John? He reminds me of a slimmer version of Johnny Vegas. He does.
He did look a bit like that.
He can fit in the hole because he's a bit slimmer, but his running lines were fantastic. He looks a bit like Johnny Vegas, doesn't he?
He did. Well, we played Saints, and Hull played a charity game for Cunningham, didn't we? And Johnny Vegas came on for a cameo part, and I think he's playing for Toulouse now.
He might be. He's got nothing better to do today. St Helens having gone out. Johnny Vegas among many disappointed Saints fans. Well, if you're a Hull supporter, if you're a Leeds Rhinos, or indeed a Toulouse supporter, or a neutral, the Challenge Cup final is the most magnificent occasion, and we're giving you a chance to join a huge sellout crowd there. If you can answer this question, who was the man of the match in last year's final? Was it Chris Redlinski, Gary Connolly, or Sean Long? You can telephone 09011 110 827. The calls will cost 25p. The lines are open right now. They close at midnight tonight, so phone through, get your answer right, and you could get a prize package including 2 tickets for the final, VIP hospitality, and 2 nights in a 4-star hotel in Cardiff. Now, the Scottish Premier League started yesterday. Some fantastic matches actually on the opening day, including a 4-4 draw for Celtic against Motherwell. Today, the champions Rangers are playing, and the score at the moment is 1-1 Rangers against Livingston. 1-0, sorry. 1-0 Rangers lead. Perso with the goal after 23 minutes. Well, let's go down to the touchline because Gary Hetherington is the CEO of Leeds Rhinos. I should think he's a little bit nervous. His wife, Kath, she's in charge of Hull. They're already through. Damien Johnson is with Gary.
Gary, what was your verdict on that opening 40 minutes? It was tighter than many people predicted.
Very much so. Certainly give us a bit of a surprise, but I think with great credit to Toulouse, they've played some outstanding rugby, and certainly could give us a bit of a shock, and pretty entertaining, but not the sort of entertainment we were hoping for.
How important is it for a club like Leeds to reach major finals, to make the money, to make the financial figures stack up?
Very important, particularly the Power Gen Cup final, because this generates an enormous amount of money. It'll be a full house at the Millennium Stadium, and unlike the Super League, where all the money is pooled and all the clubs effectively share the benefits, the 2 finalists in the Power Gen do in fact generate a lot of money out of that competition.
I must ask you about the coming together of London Broncos and Harlequins this week, coming together of codes, something Leeds have pioneered. Is it something you agree with, you support?
Well, obviously we did this arrangement some 6 years years ago, and quite honestly I'm surprised it's taken such a long time for 2 other clubs to do the same. Yeah, it certainly makes sense. It's a very smart move on the part of Harlequins and of course London Broncos. They'll both get tremendous benefits from the partnership, and I think it's really good news for both codes. In fact, after 100 odd years, this is probably the final barrier to be broken down, so good luck to them both.
You'll be aware of animosity on both sides on occasions like this. How do you get over that?
Are you talking about my own personal animosity?
No, fans, you know.
Oh, within the fans, yeah. No, I don't think so. I think the barriers have been broken down over the last 2 or 3 years. And I think, obviously, rugby league and rugby union is compatible with each other. We've now got a winter and a summer sports. And I think it'll be very well received.
Thanks, Gary.
Gary Hetherington talking there to Damien Johnson. Well, the players just coming back out on the pitch for the second half. Now, at this stage yesterday, Ian Millward and Brian Noble reckoned that St Helens would come back into the first semi-final and beat Hull. So, I'm assuming you're both predicting that Leeds Rhinos are going to run away with this.
Well, I'm going to take Leeds to win, but perhaps not as convincingly as I initially thought. I still think they'll win by 20 to 30 points.
And Ian?
Well, they had a lot of ball, Toulouse, and their fitness levels won't be as good as the Leeds team. With a bit of ball, Leeds will run away with it. I still think they'll win convincingly, but this team has put up a fantastic performance. I've been very impressed with their skills in attack, and I look forward to watching the second half.
It could be the biggest shock ever in rugby league. Ticket information line, if you want to get tickets for the final on the 27th of August, the number is 0870 990 1313. But if you're Leeds fans, I doubt whether you'll be counting your chickens just yet. Dave Woods and Jonathan Davis can take us through the second half.
It's great fun, isn't it? It's a terrific set. Nobody expected this. Nobody expected the entertainment we've seen in the first 40 minutes so far. Nobody expected Toulouse to be within 4 points of the mighty Leeds at half-time.
This first set of 6 will be very interesting to see what effect Tony Smith, his little speech, has had on these players.
Never mind the first set, what about the next and the next and the next? It's a totally absorbing contest, just as yesterday's was, but of course in a very different way. Can Toulouse lift it again? The question is, do they go in at half-time and come out again thinking, well, we've done ourselves proud, we've had our enjoyment, and now we relax? Or do they think, well, hang on, we can actually go and win it from here?
Well, they just got to play as they did in the first half, believe in themselves. Again, no mistakes, good kicking game.
Well, there's Mulhall with a kick to touch, which is taken by Calderwood. And Mathers with a clearing run, and he's just threatening to get through before Lima makes a tackle.
They haven't got many supporters here at Toulouse, but I'm sure that everyone in Hull will be cheering for Toulouse.
Well, there is a bit of a split loyalty there, isn't there? Because Justin Morgan, the Toulouse coach, is now the Hull Kingston Rovers coach. So, although Hull fans wouldn't mind playing Hull in the final, they wouldn't like to see the Hull Kingston Rovers coach doing well. Even yesterday they were singing "Are You Watching Hull KR?" as they were beating St Helens in that semi-final. So that animosity runs deep. But it is a fabulous occasion here. Here's poaching, just brushing off 2 or 3 defenders. 10 yards away, just a little over. Diskin will go down and by with the line stretched, and inside the opening 90 seconds Leeds give their coach the perfect response to the half-time team talk. Marcus Bai squeezing in at the left-hand side, and Leeds fans finally feel they can smile with certainty. Surely now that's the end of the resistance. Just look how wide he was.
Yeah, they were short on the blind side. He was on his own. Just watch him. The centre is in the ruck, goes too slow. He's defending too tight. This caught the vision again of Diskin. He's been creeping inside Janzak. From the kick-off, he creeped inside. Showed by the outside, certainly took it.
Matt Diskin's been missing quite a bit this season because of that injury he picked up in the opening Tri-Nations match for Great Britain last autumn. And his place has been filled admirably by Andrew Duneman playing in that dummy half role, but I'll tell you what, most sides would like Matt Diskin as their starting hooker.
the reasons he's proved today. That's not a great kick by Rob Burrow. Well, it was a good kick rather by Rob Burrow between the uprights. And the gap is a little more comfortable now.
Just switching off from the blind. Please take advantage of it.
28-18. There is a semblance of normality being restored here, thanks to that Marcus try. Marcus by try. Tony Smith, whatever happens from here on in, will not be a contented man later tonight.
Okay, move! Release it! Release! Oh.
There's Mathers.
Second here!
I think he's lost that, hasn't he? Yes, he has. The referee, with the help of his touch judge, spotting the knock-on. So Toulouse head and feed here. And once again, just when you think that the game is up, the fun is over, Toulouse find themselves in a position where they could just put a bit of pressure back on Leeds again.
Oh, Gareth!
In with a feet. Here's Mulhall, spinning it away. Into the line comes Couturier.
Okay, Leeds here, movement! One.
And by Prison.
Second back.
He's the policeman. Cedric Prison.
Two.
Scooped away by Gay. Here's Wynn. Almuzara, another of those who's been linked with Le Catalan next year. Vincent from dummy half, testing the resolve of that Leeds line. Doesn't find it wanting though. Leeds hold out. Here's Gay. Oh, Gay with a dummy and then tried to scoot over. Leeds defence too smart for that kind of
There was
work.
a gap there for a second.
Six tackle. Win again. Little grubber kick for himself. Mathers has it watched and scoops it away to Bai. Bai's going to be caught, is he? Yes, he is. Swarmed all over. And it'll be another dropout underneath the sticks. They've forced quite a few repeat sets today, haven't they, Toulouse?
And Lauatiti is down as well. Tries his best again. Lovely touch in the kick.
Back, Ali Lauatiti. Or is it a bad side? I think Tony Smith would concur that his team had been a bad side today. Not generally, but just today.
Here we are, forced repeat sets. That's down to the good kicking game on the last tackle, where they kick to have the ball back. Forced repeat sets.
Means that Leeds have to defend again on their own line, and the pressure mounts. Maguire looking for distance with a kick. Prison will bring it back.
Okay, stand! Square up, Chris!
Here's Gay.
One.
A little step and a
Second,
flurry as
Chris McKenna.
Fresinet tries to hit that Leeds line. Gay from dummy half. It's with Mulhall. Skimmed away to Win. Win's ball is not a good one. It's hacked on by the now hatted Estabanez. Didn't quite work out the way he was hoping. Tackle by Win.
Second! Release!
Four French defenders making the tackle. And that, you feel, is going to cost them dear, having so many defenders making the tackle, because it leaves holes behind, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're trying to slow it down, aren't they? That's what they're doing.
Here's Walker, gets it away to Calderwood, who's running the wrong way at the moment, but it's not long before he heads in the direction he wants to go. Can't rip through. Maguire hands on to Ellis. Well held by Ragan, who's showing his presence in defence on this occasion. Burrow. Maguire. It's high and it's spinning. And it's bouncing in no man's land. Here's Bailey, still on the 60, trying to kick. He was half tackle as he did, and hence the knock on. And it'll be a straightforward handover. Toulouse will have possession back again here. We were talking in terms of that 71-10 from 1992, before the game began. It's a much more respectable scoreline that we're looking at now, and it's a terrific game that Toulouse are playing.
Great hands.
Good confidence. Here's Wynn. Suddenly there's a gap here again as Al-Muzaara. High tackle, penalty for Toulouse. There's the evidence.
He's not looking too good, there, is he? No, it's not. Al-Muzaara shows a bit of pace. Difficult to see.
He's had an awful season. We mentioned earlier Vincent Al-Muzaara. He's had this awful hamstring injury all year. He is a speedster, but he's not quite got back to pace with that hamstring injury, but not long before he will. Here's Mulhall. Good ball, good hands. Murphy, well tackled by Burrow. But Toulouse are here again. It's Faure.
Second, get out of there, Matt!
Gay waits, poised, spins it back. Win. Al-Muzaara gets it off nicely to Estebanez. It's not going to go any further. Jean-Zach. Win. Step inside by Gallagher. Couple of tackles left in this set. Win. Gay. Mulhall. It's Ragan. Ragan over the top. Lima had to stretch backwards. Now he goes forwards and is inches away. Sixth tackle coming up. Spun away. Kick's not a good one. And it's going to be dropped on by Bailey in the end, and Leeds have it back with some relief.
Yeah, they've got to switch on now, because Leeds will try and put this wide.
Second, weaving!
Leeds are in a game here. Confirmation that Gallagher back on, the former Leeds man, of course. Faure, the starting prop, is also back with us.
4, clear the rock! Back! 4.
Interestingly, Andrew Duneman is on the pitch. I think that's the first time we've seen him today, isn't it? On for the bench.
Yep.
Replacing Gareth Ellis. Burrow, inside is 40. It's a good kick. It's going to bounce away, is it? Yes, it is. It's a 40-20. He kicked from behind his own 40-metre line. It's gone out of play on the bounce beyond the opposition's 20-metre line. It means that now Leeds get the head and feet at the scrum, and it means that they will, with 99% certainty, get possession here, and they have a wonderful attacking opportunity.
That's a great kick. I think, kicking is vitally important in the game of rugby league. As we saw in the final of the Tri-Nations last year, Australia's kicking game was superb.
It's a great skill to have, isn't it?
It's a great skill. I think it should be used a lot more in the game.
It means that from a position of defence, suddenly your side is on the attack, and none better to attack than Maguire. Out to Calderwood, who brushes aside the attempted challenge from Murphy and scores his 99th Leeds try. Mark Calderwood at the corner with a finish. Not the longest distance he's ever scored from, but there will still be a great sense of achievement at having scored the second Leeds try of this second half.
And also all the work was done by Danny Maguire on the arc. This is the kick. Got the attacking scrum, which set up the try. Oh, it just keeps on dummy, gets on the outside of Lima. Just got a little bit of work to do. Murphy can't hold him.
Hey, that's the first chance of Leeds Rhinos we've heard today. I think the confidence is back amongst the Yorkshiremen. The French had them worried for quite a while, but now they feel the road to Cardiff has opened up clearly. Well, Burrow, the left-footed kicker, so the natural angle to swing the ball in here. He's got it over, has he? Yes, he has.
He's kicked really well this afternoon, Rob Burrows.
5 out of 6 goals for him. 1 try so far for Mark Calderwood, who's now scored 99 in a Leeds Rhinos shirt. One away from his century thanks to this effort.
They move up, they stand off, he gets on the outside. A little bit of work for Calderwood.
On his way to Wigan, of course, next year. And Leeds are on their way to Cardiff, 34-18. For the mathematically inclined, it's 3 tries and 3 goals. Toulouse have to score now without conceding if they are going to get themselves back ahead in this game. Seems even ridiculous to suggest that, but the way this game has gone, you're not quite sure, are you? I think Leeds are going to go on here from now. There's a knock-on.
Mistakes again. Diskin said he didn't touch it.
It was the man in the ruck, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was right. He didn't touch it.
Should have been a penalty to Leeds. French player should have got away a lot quicker than that. I think it was Gallagher who got himself tangled up where he shouldn't have been. It's Mulhall. It's Murphy. Oh, and Lima couldn't keep hold. And it was a knock-on.
On the first tackle as well.
I heard the whistle. Calderwood was making sure the tackle was complete.
There's Lima, knock on. Murphy plays on, Calderwood drags him by the scruff of the neck.
There's Walker down the middle.
Okay, movement!
Duneman. Maguire just about kept hold and just tested out Fouray's defensive capabilities. Duneman again, soft short pass to Ward.
Numbers on the right now.
It's getting a bit untidy from Toulouse. Penalty for Leeds, and John Keir already at Cardiff, of course, with his whole side. I think Leeds are joining you now, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so, Dave. I think its normal service has been resumed. There's a few tired legs out there in the Toulouse team, and the Rhinos are exploiting that space even more now, and it's a little ominous, I feel, and all I can see is more points for the Leeds Rhinos.
Well, it's going to be an odd situation, isn't it, tonight, that there's probably going to be more celebrations in the Toulouse camp after this game than there will be in the Leeds camp. Here's Duneman and Walker now, held up 10 yards away, because it is Toulouse who have played to their absolute peak today. Leeds a long way below. McKenna. Diskin moving up to dummy half. Potential exists again here. Maguire, inside pass. Burrow. Swamped by the tackle of James Wynn. Diskin picks up from dummy half. Duneman with a step. Duneman drives it, but there are 3 Toulouse players to hold him up and push him back. And there is 1 tackle left for Leeds to attack this line. Diskin jabs it in, and it was Mulhall, I think, who's caught it in mid-air. In fact, it was a fullback, Sam Murphy.
This will just show how tired they are now to get out of their own 20-metre line.
Still worth pointing out that this is a closer scoreline at the moment than was in the game yesterday between Hull and St Helens. 34-18 as it stands. Hull beat Saints yesterday, 34-8. 6th tackle, they've wasted that.
Well, he didn't know what was going on there, did he? Viala had no idea he was on the last tackle.
Here's Duneman. Diskin. Calderwood went on the outside, couldn't find a way, saw a gap on the inside, clambered all over, Couturier round his shoulders. Calderwood interfered with after the tackle. Diskin takes the tap. Here's Burrow. Ward, well met by Wynn, anticipated the pass. Diskin. Duneman. Ominously, they move right again. Loatiti holds it, can't get it out. This is Duneman. Scruton. Well, they're tackling well at the moment, Toulouse, defending nicely, but Diskin from dummy half sensed the opportunity. Throws it back untidily. Duneman has to be sharp. Maguire picks it up now. Maguire to Mathers. Mathers tries to hold off the tackle of Almuzara. Still going here, Mathers. Still going. And manages to slip it out the back door for poaching, but they've lost an awful lot of ground. They were on the Toulouse line. Now they're 25 yards away. They lost 22 metres on that one play. 6 tackle coming up, Diskin. Burrow. This is a tester for Sam Murphy. Keeps his head. And a safe pair of hands and a good returning run as well from the fullback. Well played.
Yeah, took it really well. Very clever kick, a spiralling kick.
Penalty for Toulouse. Chev Walker questioning the decision. There's the fullback Sam Murphy, who certainly was cool under the high ball. Here's Almuzara under pressure from a poor ball. Estebanez.
Second movement.
Mulhall inside the 40. Now he's going for a 40-20, but he's overcooked the kick and it's out of play behind the red ball line, so it'll be a tap on the 20.
That was a very good strike. Sweet left foot.
There's Bite.
Okay, Tommy.
The initial search. Nearly an hour played. Just over 20 minutes left.
Come on, work!
Diskin. Here's Duneman now, as Leeds seek to get a bit more of their fluency. Lower Titi offloading to Calderwood. Well dealt with by Nicolas Faure. Maguire. Poaching has ripped through the tackle and has found Burrow in support. And Rob Burrow skids over. It's a third Leeds try in the half. This is normal service. We were expecting the flow to start much earlier in the game, but finally the tap has been opened and Leeds are flooding through.
Lovely inside ball, just a missed tackle by Fiala. Good support play by Burrows. Nice and simple. Nothing created, just a tired tackle by number 13. There he is, there's the inside ball, missed tackle. And once they get behind you, good support players, easy for Burrows.
That's the goalpost's eye view, if you like. That's how close he is with this conversion attempt. 10 yards, bang centre, never any doubts. His 6th conversion of the afternoon, 16 points, his personal tally. Leeds have now hit the big 4-0, 40 points to 18, they lead.
Yeah, just a lovely break, missed tackle, good support. Good basic rugby by Leeds.
So that's 4 tries and 4 conversions Toulouse need now to get them through to Cardiff. Can you see it happening, Jonathan? He said with just a hint of irony.
In a word, no.
But let's not take away from what has been a magnificent performance by the French side.
by with the initial drive, and well met by that Toulouse defence.
Yeah, I'm joined by Toulouse injured forward Trent Robinson. Trent, so 40-18, the game probably over now, but been a real battling performance from Toulouse.
Yeah, we had a good start to the game. I thought we completed our series well, and we stopped the roll-on of the Leeds forwards and that sort of thing. But it's too tough when they start getting a roll-on and they get back to that sets.
Here's Maguire dancing away in support. Mathers with a pass. Maguire, once in the clear, is simply unstoppable. And Leeds are running away with it now.
Again, tired defence.
It's his second try of the afternoon, Danny Maguire.
Again, one missed tackle, and then it's a step, another step. A lovely ball. Just cruises in.
It looks a simple try to score, but it's the art of being there, isn't it, that makes Danny Maguire so special?
He's a great support player. He reminds me a lot of Sean Edwards, yeah. Another player, great player I played as a support player was an Australian called Terry Lamb.
Yeah.
Great support player. Scoey was always the same. Gary Schofield. And he was someone like David Hume at Widnes.
Have we finished now? On this nostalgic road?
Yeah.
You've got a tear in your eye, Jonathan. Here's Burrow with a conversion, 7 out of 8. 46 points to 18 is the Leeds lead now.
Easy running. How many times have we seen that?
They're doing the conga all the way to Cardiff. 46-18. They've every reason to be cheerful now. Touch judge is on. Barry McDermott is looking rather stern. Something's gone awry here.
Yeah, we got it, Barry.
Barry wants to referee it.
Down. All right. Okay, away. Away.
See what happens here then. Can't see much there. Let's have a look at this one. The third man coming in. The third man coming in. Here he comes.
Oh.
Yep. Left hook. Caught Barry Mark.
Okay, we don't not need it.
I love the way Richard Silverwood actually gave the instructions in a French accent there, as if that would help David Delpoux actually understand a bit more what he'd done wrong. I think the look on Barry McDermott's face said enough. Here's Duneman, inside ball to Scruton.
Okay, Tommy, lead! Here!
Duneman. Here's McDermott again. Always plenty of fire in his belly and always wanting to offload the ball. Sometimes when it's impossible. Duneman again. Maguire down this left-hand side. Senior back inside for poaching. Senior is one of the strike players of the Super League, and yet he's been kept mostly in check so far today by this Toulouse side. Burrow going right this time. Walker out of play. That's full marks the Toulouse defence. They'll get the head and feet at the scrum here.
Just step up this end.
Tony Smith still looking fairly grim-faced at the moment. Hardly surprising. He's not going to take an awful lot of pleasure from the way his side have performed today. He watched his team beat Bradford, their old rivals, a couple of weeks ago, fairly convincingly, and yet he was fairly grumpy after that game as well.
Danny, clear! Square up!
Seeking perfection, isn't he?
At times, he has seen it from his side this season. Well, very close to it, but not today.
Not with any consistency anyway.
Lead it away! 3!
14 minutes left to play.
Back up!
Toulouse have battled so hard and are still playing with an awful lot of spirit, even though you feel that a bit of the liveliness is draining out of their legs right now. Little chip through by Mulhall. It's all on. The referee says play on. Picked up there by Marcus Bai. Marcus Bai sees a bit of an avenue in which to run. Closed down. Duneman. Poaching. Steps well off the left foot. Change the direction. Good offload to McDermott. McDermott decides to take them on head first. 4 more tackles to come. Leeds poised. Duneman again. Here's Senior on the right-hand side. Where did he come from?
He's looking for that try, isn't he?
Duneman from dummy half. The tiring defence is still not going to be foxed by that move. Burrow. Here's Maguire. Ellis. You could see what his intentions were, but he couldn't get the ball away. 6 tackle now. Duneman quickly away to Calderwood. Calderwood a little grubber kick. Didn't make much purchase on the ball, and it's easily swooped up by David Mulhall. Toulouse have it back again.
Get Leeds here. Stand back.
Won't be very happy with the last on the last tackle, really, Tony Smith.
3.
Not the way it finished. There's Ragan again. Big impact this time between him and McDermott. Estebanez. First time a French side has ever reached the semi-finals of the PowerGen Challenge Cup, of course. And they have performed admirably. In the first half they were astonishing. In the second half Leeds have reverted more to type.
Back, offside.
Here's Burrow. Oh, just knocked off.
There was the created a space, quick feet. He could have caught that, he was away.
10 metres. Okay, staying, Danny. Hold, Danny.
They've been looking to lift themselves for these final 11 minutes now, Toulouse. If they concede another couple of tries, Leeds get it up to 60 points, then it would really not do justice to the efforts that the French side have put in today. So they'll really want to lift it now, won't they? And just make sure they finish on a high.
Yep. They'll be very, very happy. They played really well in the first half.
Justin Morgan anxious that they finished the job as well as they started it.
Okay, Christian!
4-8, driving it in. Cedric Gay still working hard at dummy half. Wynne spinning it back to Mulhall. Mulhall trying to step away, but McDermott had his number and pins him down. Picked up now by Vincent. Little grubber kick to the in-goal. Mathers has it watched, and it'll be a tap back on the 20, which they'll want to take quickly. Calderwood loves to run the ball from here. Has he seen a gap? Not on this occasion. Well recovered by the French defence. Maguire. There's poaching. Senior. Well marshalled by Jean-Jacques. Penalty for Leeds.
cheap shots going in now. To left hand again. Oof.
Jerome Vincent, the man who was responsible for that high head shot. Bit of a veteran, Vincent, 30 years of age, just returned from a spell in rugby union in France. Ellis down the blind side. It's Walker, and Walker is over. From this distance, it looked as though he got it down, and from that distance, the referee was certain too. Pure strength from Chev Walker, pure determination. It's their fifth unanswered try of this second half. This is what we did expect from Leeds, and they have produced it in the second 40 minutes. Chev Walker takes them to a half century. 50 points they have now.
Again, well spotted. Got it, Ellis. Defence was there, just too much power.
Three men there, but he still had the wherewithal
just
to get
too strong, isn't he?
That's the distance, 36 metres. The angle isn't great. Burrow has a look. Left-footed, hits it well again, and perfect. Great kicking today. Kevin Sinfield, when he comes back, will resume the kicking role. But they know in Rob Burrow they have an adequate deputy. It's 8 out of 9.
Again, short side. Lovely dummy, just raw strength, pure strength. Try.
Now is Kevin Sinfield, who no doubt will be fit for the final in Cardiff. A couple of years ago, you remember his heroics against St Helens with that last-second conversion and Danny Maguire scoring that try. Well, it's been a memorable semi-final today for very different reasons. McDermott still going strong here. 6 minutes to play. Lauatiti. Where's his mark? There it is. Duneman. Mathers. Maguire. To whom? Nobody's sure. Walker will pick it up. And Chev Walker, searching inside, finds McDermott, who isn't tackled, more falls over Fresina. But still they keep it alive. Duneman. Mathers with a juggle. Tried the offload. A bit too clever. And it's Viala who comes up with it again for Toulouse. Well, there have been plenty of heroes on the pitch today. I mean, a lot of them have been wearing Toulouse shirts. Jonathan Davis has the job of picking the man of the match.
Yeah, I got a couple of minutes left, so I'll just take my time.
Okay, Keith! Back!
Jean-Jacques. Good ball by Jean-Jacques, the winger. Mulhall. Here's Gallagher. 6 tackle coming up. Toulouse with it now. 40 yards out and looking a very tired side as Mulhall puts the kick towards the dead ball line. Oh, a little slip there from Mathers. Just carries him into a little bit of a danger zone.
Second back.
Cordoba trying to rip through.
Hold.
Marcus by.
Here, back. 4. Somewhere. Here. 4.
Duneman. Bailey carrying it forward. It's going to be a great final, isn't it, Jonathan? 4 weeks' time.
Yeah,
Hull against Leeds.
Superb final.
You'll catch it here, of course, on Grandstand. What an occasion that's going to be. Here's Jonzak, looking for support and finds it from Estebanez, who's quick to his feet, quick play the ball. Gallagher's done well to get there, but then has lost it in the collision. Calderwood, the winger, came across, and Gallagher, well, that was a little silly, throwing the ball down. He's lucky to escape without any further punishment there, Tommy Gallagher. So go on, you've had your couple of minutes.
Yeah, well, my man of the match, I could have picked anyone from Leeds, but a couple of players stand out, Mulhall, James Wynne, but today, number 12 for Toulouse, Sebastian Ragoon. There he is.
Well, on a day when...
Power Gen Challenge Cup man of the match, there he is, he's played it very, very well.
It's been a day of near fairy tales, hasn't it? And there's a little bit of romance involved in the selection there as well, I think, of the man of the match. He's been a huge figure, especially in that first half, hasn't he?
Square up!
Here's Vincent.
Second lead in, Chef!
Gallagher.
3, okay, clear!
3 tackles gone, 3 to come. Toulouse looking to finish on a high. It's Mulhall inside ball and finds Murphy, well read by Ellis, but it's still alive. It's with Wynne again. Here's Gallagher up to the line. Poaching makes the tackle with the help of Maguire.
Last 4, leaving, get in! 4.
2 minutes left. Wynne stepping on the left foot, still going. Wonder where we'll see him next year, James Wynne. Little kick in for Marcus Pai, and has the presence of mind and the confidence to lay it off for Mathers to make the tackle. Of course, you do know we always interview the man of the match at the end of the game. Might have caused a problem there for Damien Johnson. I hope his French is up to scratch, or hopefully Ragan's English is up to scratch as well. McKenna.
3, leaving!
Duneman. Scampering. Ellis. Right arm remains free and offloads to Burrow. Quick hands to Calderwood. Calderwood puts the foot down and away he goes. Watch him fly. He'll take on the fullback who stood up well. Murphy, solid.
Got his angles right, Murphy.
Back to Burrow. To Senior. Flat ball.
5, back!
6 tackle coming up. Leeds have 1 minute. Oh, and it's knocked on. Untidy.
No, before the ball's played, it's a scrum.
Head and feed for Toulouse. 45 seconds rather left to play. Not sure they'll have this scrum. Neither pack wants to get down, eventually they will. This will be the last couple of tackles coming up now. Richard Silverwood's not happy with the way they're packing, now he is. Well, it's a push, it's poaching, and it's a try. It's 1 against the head. Willie Poaching puts his hands to his ears to see if he can hear the Leeds crowd roar. Yes, he can. It's yet another try. It came against the head. Not often you see that happening. And Willie Poaching scores in the final seconds of the game. How tired was this French pack?
Yeah. Concentration, they shoved off the ball. Poaching picks up the loose ball, it scores under the post. And Barry McDermott kicks the goal, or rather he doesn't.
It's just the kind of bizarre conclusion that game deserved. What an outstanding match that was in terms of storylines. The French part-timers came here with no hope whatsoever and produced one of the most stirring first 40 minutes when twice they led Leeds, eventually going in at the break at 22 points to 18. Second half was a little more of what we expected. One-way traffic, all going to the end of the Toulouse try line. Leeds running in 6 unanswered tries in that second period. 56-18 winners. It's goodbye Toulouse. It's good luck Leeds. What a great semi-final that was.
Yeah, it was a great semi-final. First half was very, very interesting. I think they'd be proud of themselves, Toulouse. Leeds really picked their game up in the second half. There was only really one winner, but fantastic tournament for Toulouse, and now Leeds go to face Hull, which will be a fantastic final.
Down here on the touchline, Sébastien Raguin, the power gen man of the match. Here's the champagne, Sébastien. A real brave performance by your team.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good experience for the French player, you know. I think we do a good Challenge Cup in general. Today we lose by 56 points, but you know, it's a world champion club, Leeds, and it's good for Toulouse. I think it's a good result.
Did you come here really expecting that you could win the game?
We come for do a good game, but for win we know it's hard. We have a low percentage we think we have a low percentage for win the game, but we come for play a good game, and that I think we do a good first half, and after we are struggling about fitness, I think.
Well then, Sébastien, power gen man of the match. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
And great that Raguin should get that man of the match award, because, John, that was a great performance from Toulouse.
It was a great performance, but over the 80 minutes you've got to say normal service was resumed, and the very fact that Leeds won the second half 34-0, I think that just goes to show the difference between part-time plucky professionals and full-time cynical professionals, and you know, the Rhinos rightly came through comfortably in the end.
Justin Morgan there in the centre. Leeds Rhinos celebrating, but Ian, well, you talked earlier about Tony Smith, what a perfectionist he is. He'll be sitting them down, going through the video and showing them where they went wrong, I guess.
Yeah, even late in the game there, they were still creating space, the French runners, and it was just at their leg speed and tightness, they weren't able to accelerate into the hole. So, you know, there's probably a day where mentally, where Leeds weren't as focused as they normally are defensively, and that's where you usually get caught out, when you're not mentally focused is in defence. And, you know, I've got to take my hat off to the French. They were way over and above our expectations. I thought they were absolutely fantastic, and I thought it was great to see a Frenchman win the award.
10 tries in total for Leeds Rhinos, 9 different scorers. Rob Burrow was on the score sheet and obviously doing all the kicking as well. Let's hear from him.
Congratulations, Rob. You're in the Challenge Cup final, but it was hard work out there.
It certainly was. We knew Toulouse had nothing to lose. You know, they came here to win, and they gave us loads of trouble with the ball. But you know, we pulled through at the end. We put in a decent second half, and we're in the cup final now.
That's right. In the first half, you kept scoring, and they wouldn't let you get away.
No, they're a very good side. I thought their halfbacks, you know, structured their team very well, and they really did cause us troubles. But like you said, we pulled through the storm, and look forward now.
Thanks, Rob.
Thanks, mate.
Tony Smith, so it's only 56-18, doesn't perhaps tell the full story.
No, a bit flattering to us, I think. We've certainly played better, and the opposition were outstanding. I thought they really gave it their all. Didn't surprise us at all. We knew they could play, and I think probably surprised some people in the crowd more than us.
As a coach, were you happy with that performance? There were elements of the game that didn't seem to be up to the usual Leeds standards.
Oh no, there's some aspects that we need to work on. That goes for every game. Can't be at your best every game. Like every game, we go away and analyse it in the same way, and we'll improve, and we'll keep on improving.
Thanks, Tony. Barry McDermott's here. Barry, what were you doing taking that last conversion?
Well, I was trying to brighten it up. It's been a poor performance. I'm sure lads and the fans would be delighted to be at Cardiff, but you know, for us, we were disappointed. But very good side, very competitive. You have to congratulate the Toulouse players, and
Were you surprised at how good Toulouse were? Because they came out, threw the ball around, went into these big gang tackles.
I don't think we were surprised. We practice well all week, and normally when we practice well, preparation's good, then we do okay. But you know, they were the better side in the first half. Luckily, rugby league's an 80-minute sport.
Not happy with the performance, but you can look forward to the final now against Hull. What are your thoughts about that?
I think we've got a game in the Super League next week that we want to deal with first. Obviously, Hull had a fantastic result and an even better performance last week, so I'm pleased for those lads, and I'm sure most of rugby league's pleased to see a different side in the final this year, but we've got a bit to do before we get there.
Thanks, Barry.
Cheers, thank you.
You could see Ronnie, the Rhino, bowing there to the effort of Toulouse and their players going through rather an interesting celebration routine. Well, Leeds and Hull will meet in the final for the third time in the competition's history. Leeds have won the previous two finals, but that was back in 1923 and 1910. As for Leeds, into their 20th Challenge Cup final, their 6th final in the past 12 years, but their recent record in finals isn't great. They've won only one, which was in 1999. But look at Ronnie the Rhino in the midst of the Toulouse players. A wonderful experience for them, and they can go back to France really thrilled with themselves.
Yeah, they can be very proud. I think they've done themselves proud, their coaching staff, their club proud, and French Rugby League proud. So it's been a day really where Rugby League has gained, because Leeds have got through. We expected Leeds to get through. They did get through comfortably in the end, and I'm sure really that they are satisfied, because it matters not whether you win 1-0 or 101-0 in a cup game. It's just about getting to the final, and that's what they've achieved. And these guys have come over to England, and they've just done themselves tremendously well indeed. So full credit to them, but the result was what we expected.
Well, Challenge Cup final coming up on the 27th of August. We'll be there with BBC cameras. Fabulous grandstand in prospect. It'll be Hull FC against Leeds Rhinos. Talked about the great effort that Toulouse have put up. Let's hear from their coach, Justin Morgan.
Justin Morgan, a standing ovation for your team and thoroughly deserved.
Yeah, I thought our effort was first class. I mean, no one likes losing, but the guys put in a fantastic first half. The second half didn't give up, and I think they did them proud. Even though the scoreline reflected quite a big one.
Did the game plan go as planned in the first half?
Yeah, it did actually. We planned to play like that, and we come up trumps a couple of times and scored a couple of good tries. I just think the pace of the game got us a little bit. Obviously they play the game at a lightning speed, and it's something that we're not used to. And they're a fantastic team full of great players. So our guys did themselves proud, and they got a great deal of experience out of today.
You mentioned the pace of the game. Was the superior fitness of full-time professionals perhaps a factor in the end?
Oh, I think so, definitely. I mean, athletically, they're a great side. They're much stronger, much bigger, and obviously a lot faster than a lot of our guys. But, we also showed that, spirit takes some counting as well. So, to a credit to Leeds, they played really, really well professionally in the second half. I wish them all the best for the final.
Well done, Justin. Good luck at Hull Kingston Rovers and with a grand final in France.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing an awful lot more of Justin Morgan in Britain next year. Thanks to Ian Millward. He'll be in the studio with us in Cardiff. Look forward to that. John Keir will be down pitchside and looking forward to it.
Very much so indeed, yeah. It'll be a great occasion, and we'll take full use of it.
I'm sure you will. Well, this will be up for grabs for either Hull or Leeds Rhinos. That's the final on August the 27th. Leeds Rhinos having a pretty torrid first half, but emerging comfortable victors in the end against Toulouse. Right, we're going to head off west down the M62 to Merseyside and join Hazel, who's